Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering. Here we have James on Turbo Depths, actually Rainbow Depths, versus Matt on Pox. Would not expect to see Pox in the finals. This could be a bit of a nightmare matchup for Depths. I mean, it's got a lot of land destruction. You have the ability to kill creatures no matter how big they are. Let's see how this goes. We're going to have a... What am I witnessing here? Lotus Petal into Crop Rotation into Urborg. That is a long way around for an Inquisition of Kozilek. And that sees a Hymn to Torok and a Murderous Rider. So Hymn's going to get snagged there. Murderous Rider not going to be of a whole lot of consequence. And now we're going to see the Dark Depths, maybe? No? No, Thespian stage. So trying to play a little bit more conservatively. We've got a small Pox. And that's probably going to blow up the Urborg, depending on what else James has. Oh, he loses Sylvan Scrying. All right. Well, he's got a Duress, taking out a Dark Ritual. And he does play the Dark Depths. So he's, at this point, looking for a Thespian stage or a Vampire Hexmage off the top, as compared to just looking for more mana had he kept the Thespian stage. Oh, and he's got the Thespian stage. He just has it all. Must be nice. So he's just going to be able to make a 20/20, and we will see if Matt has the ability to actually handle this. We've got a... Oh, I didn't actually catch what that card was. Let me know in the comments if you catch it. We've got a small Pox. That's a pretty rude reply here. So James, if he makes the 20/20 in response, is just going to need to sack it. So he's going to go down some mana. And it's going to be a lot of mana. You're going to lose the Urborg or the Thespian stage. If you lose the Urborg, at that point, you need 2 more mana or another Urborg. But if you lose the Thespian stage, then you need a Thespian stage or a Dark Depths. It's really a question of what you expect to be coming off of the top of the deck, and ultimately he does pick the Urborg, loses the rest of his hand, and at this point, the best top deck for him is Urborg. After that, it's going to be just some lands that he can play to the battlefield. Anything else not going to be super helpful. Pox, such a spiteful deck. God bless it. Castle Locthwain, getting ready to draw some cards eventually, but another land comes down for James. This one is the fast land. Opposition Agent being flashed in. And it's not actually a given when the best time to play that was. I think... Oh, Wasteland's so good here. There's some decisions to be made. For example, like when he played that Opposition Agent, if James had Crop Rotation, he could have responded in devastating fashion. Now a 20/20 can be made, but there's a Wasteland to stop it. And we'll see how James handles this. Now, the proper way to use Wasteland in this matchup is to allow the Thespian stage to become a copy of Dark Depths. Then let the Dark Depths be sacrificed to the Legend rule. Then, with the state trigger still on the stack, Wasteland the Thespian stage that is now a Dark Depths. That will actually result in a 2-for-1, leaving your opponent without either piece of the combo, very often effectively winning the game. Now, I've seen the opposite of that happen, where people will use... And we are seeing a Stifle on the Wasteland. Literally just has it all. Got a 20/20. And that is going to do it as James picks that one up. So Matt finding the answer, chipping away at his mana base, but James ultimately having exactly what he needs for the situation as Stifle bails him out, as Wasteland's really just one of the best cards against the deck. It is one of the simplest, most effective answers, can't be countered except for by Stifle and similar effects, which are now part of these depths builds. Not like a 4 of, to my knowledge. We'll have to take a look at MTG Top 8 and see what James has actually been playing. You can actually see our lists over there from our Wednesday and Friday events, and you could find yourself on the channel as well. All of these matches are from people joining us each Wednesday and Friday. We do a $10 entry fee. We have incredibly generous prize support. Also, and thanks to Fee, a patron of the channel, he has donated an incredible amount of prize support for our Wednesday night series, which is our larger of the two events. Though Fridays are nothing to sneeze at, we've got a great community that is always looking forward to playing Legacy and having, as we can see, very competitive matchups, but in a friendly, fun environment. Gonna go ahead and skip over the sideboarding. All right, a swamp format and nothing more. Once Upon a Time leading out for James. Such a strong addition to the format. It's not really blue, but it feels a little blue. At least the decks that are making the best use of it right now, for the most part, are not blue decks. I will say that. A lot of the time, you'll have cards like Red Elemental Blast, and it's like, yeah, it's a blue card. I mean, let's be honest. It's blue mages using it to stop other blue mages is the primary use. Occasionally, you'll have a burn player having that in their sideboard to try and fight on the stack, but it's generally not ideal. Yeah, I just don't know that card. That's the second time that he's used that. Some type of cycling, I believe. I do not recognize that. So definitely let me know in the comments. We'll pin that to the top. Now Urborg with a Sinkhole, and Matt just going to go ahead and start using that LD as fast as possible. Looks like a crop rotation in response. Everything lining up perfectly for James again. We'll see if he's got the Vampire Hexmage on this next turn. That would be the Pure Nuts. Thespian Stage plus another Lotus Petal or Elvish Spirit Guide would also be exceptionally strong. He's got the Thespian Stage. I have no idea why he tapped those. Maybe he was thinking he has Urborg out. No, we've got a Surgical. And this is going to get a look at Matt's hand as mostly the value here. So Sinkhole's being taken. We got Phyrexian Totem, Liliana, a Wasteland. It's going to be difficult to figure out when to actually tap out. I don't think you do. I think you just keep that Wasteland open. I should have been looking at the library there. If Matt does have Surgical Extraction, that can be a very dangerous threat for depths. If those dark depths get surgicaled, that is pretty close to game over. They can still hodgepodge a win with like Vampire Hexmage and Elvish Spirit Guides. I have seen that. It is rare. Certainly worthy of a story when it happens. You'll hear about it. If you're in a room and that somebody just won with ESGs and Hexmages, probably going to be told to anybody that will listen. to James. Perhaps, based off of how long he paused, I kind of feel like he has Elvish Spirit Guide and was thinking about just how to do this, because the Wasteland, letting that come down is bad, but also making a Merit Lage on your turn isn't really helpful. So we've got looks like a Dark Confidant going to the bin. What? All right. I don't usually do this, but I'm going to back up because I did not follow that. We usually do these in one take. I mean, I guess this is one take. We got a Liliana plussing. That looks like a Dark Confidant going to the side, to the graveyard. Oh, Matt has a Urborg out, I guess. That's not a Castle Lochtwain. All right, so that makes sense. So Matt actually must have an Urborg. That's the only way that makes sense, and that would explain why he tapped it earlier as well. So we've got a 20/20, and that is likely just going to do it, as Matt's Urborg just betrays him, giving James the necessary mana to combo out and win with Merit Lage. That Urborg, just zero loyalty. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.